Mine's, yeah, mine is open. I said mine's is open. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Red Star Podcast. Before I introduce the guest real quick, I want to do something real quick. I got to promote my homie shirt real quick. If you know, DC, Maryland, Northern VA, we got the whole, the go-go scene. That's the go-go, that's the music of our area. You need to go get this t-shirt. La Go-Go Nostra is like La Costa Nostra, but it's La Go-Go Nostra. So go check that out. Go support my peoples. Peace and love. All right. Had to do that quick plug real quick. They told me they was going to shoot me if I didn't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Can't tell if I'm joking or not. I got an avatar with me. You can't do shit. All right. So today we got my main man, Clif Brooks, and young lady, Jackie Reese. And man, so what I want to do is, I want to talk about, as you can see, they're like fit people. You know what I'm saying? And we want to talk about how they became so fit. You know, how did you, where did you get the drive to become so fit, and what types of things have led you to this journey? Get Jaxed is her company, and Limitless, Unlimited Potential.
Limitless, unlock your potential.
Limitless, unlock your potential.
Like it says on the shirt.
You can see I'm not a client. I'm sorry. I'm not a client. So tell everybody how y'all got into this though. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like we're gonna have fun though. This is gonna be a fun episode. But tell everybody how you got into being so physically fit and shit.
Ladies first.
So,
Ladies first. I told you I could sing at the wedding.
so for me, I was on my own personal weight loss journey about 5 years ago, and I had gained about like 25 pounds. I was suffering from anxiety and really had put on a lot of weight due to the medication. So after undergoing that situation, I now help other women through the same journey. So whether they're struggling with anxiety, depression, all of that kind of stuff,
Right.
and then weight loss,
Right.
that's kind of what I
Okay,
help with
so
now.
because I seen a post that you had made, and I seen something about yoga and all this other stuff. Like, so what type of things does Get Jaxed provide for a potential customer?
Yeah, so it's beyond just the fitness side of things.
Right.
It's more like mind, body, soul. So
Right.
all of the
That's dope.
spiritual
That's dope.
stuff is kind of sprinkled into it,
Right.
to really help with the stress part.
Right.
Because the stress is what really had caused me to gain the weight, like
Right.
the anxiety and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
So just by like healing that organically was really what had helped me to lose the weight beyond the physical side of
Right,
things.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so Cliff, how did you come into what it is that you're doing? Like, how did you say, your potential is unlimited, so let's unlock this shit? Seriously,
Such a long story, man.
I'm with it though.
All right.
Don't make me cry.
So
I'm gonna kick you in your kneecap and run.
that's fine. I'll hop after you and catch you.
You're Avatar. Side note, this dude he falls out of planes and wakes up an inch and a half shorter. But he just talks about it like it's a regular thing. But go ahead.
All right, we'll talk about that in a
Alien
minute.
plug.
So I was born a really skinny kid. I spent the first month of my life in an incubator. I was 6 weeks early. So as I grew up, I was a really skinny child. And I was afraid that I was going to get bullied and picked on when I was in high school. So around 11 years old, I started working out when I was doing squats and push-ups and sit-ups in my bedroom, and I didn't think anyone in my family knew. It was 100 of each before I went to school in the morning, and 100 of each right before I went to bed at night. And then after I was doing it for about a year, my dad came in and was like, you've been really dedicated to this, so I'm going to buy you a weight set. Well, I was 11 years old. I was really short, really thin, and he bought me like 10-pound dumbbells. So I started using those, and I just continued with the sit-ups, the squats, and the push-ups every single day. Right. And then I threw in some other weights with it, other exercises. But then from there, I was just a really skinny kid. I played football. My mom was so upset. She thought I was going to get hurt. She was right. I broke my ribs my very first game that I played. Right. And then Pops made me wear, quarterback rib pads. Exactly. It was terrible. But I had to wear those in order to play for the rest of the season. So after that, he for Christmas, right before in my 8th grade year, I was a whole 5'1" maybe, a whole 110 pounds, 120 pounds, and then I asked him for a weight set for Christmas. So he bought me an actual weight set. We put it in the basement, and I started working out. So from 8th grade to 9th grade year, I had a growth spurt. I was a whole 5'6" now. And then I put on about 30 pounds from working out, because all my friends were playing video games and doing all kinds of crazy stuff that didn't actually help them to do anything.
Right.
But I was reading muscle and fitness magazine, bodybuilding magazines, all of those, and I was designing meal plans and workouts and things like that on my own. So when I went in to play freshman football, my friends saw me at practice and was like, "What the hell happened to you?"
Right.
I was like, "Well, I wasn't playing video games like you. I was working out, and I was doing this for 8-9 months, and then when you first start working out, there's a thing called newbie gains, and you can start your body will mature pretty quickly and put on muscle." So that's what I did, and from there it was just about working out, helping other people, and that was when I first started training some people. Like, all my friends saw my transformation, and I was 14 years old. I'm 44 years old now. Okay. So I've literally been training for 30 years.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That the fact that they felt comfortable coming to you shows your leadership qualities as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though y'all were kids, but they saw that you were a leader. Because you seem like you seem like the kind of person whose personality has pretty much been settled. You've been, or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm settled now. But younger, I was a hothead. Like, you watch movies and you like see two groups of guys that are fighting, about to get into a fight
at the bar,
and then there's two dudes talking trash to each other right here, and then the fight pops off down here because somebody hit the other dude. I was a dude that hit the other person and started the fight. That was me.
That's fair.
I was a hothead.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I have calmed down considerably.
That's good. Thank God. Thank you. All right. So, like, how's that transferred into your adulthood, though? Like, what is the meaning of being in good shape? What does that mean to you now? What is the importance of it as being an adult, as opposed to when you were a kid?
I would say, like, just mind, body, and soul. I think, like, for me, when I was on my weight loss journey, I was so obsessed with the body. Like, I was so obsessed with wanting to look good, right? But it's so much more than that. And once, like, I actually got to the other side and, like, got where I wanted to physically, I was like, this isn't just about the body.
Right,
because
like, you can always improve something on your body, right?
Exactly. So, this is about my mind. This is about, like, how I feel spiritually, emotionally. Like, and then it just got deeper and deeper as I went on my journey. So that's what I would say.
What does the yoga do for you personally? Like,
well, it's beyond just yoga. Like, yoga is definitely a part of it.
Right.
And that's the spiritual part. Like, that's what helps you to connect to yourself. You know what I mean? And really, like, relieve the stress and all of that kind of stuff. But it's more than just yoga. It's like, like healing and all of that kind of stuff is really what goes into it, essentially.
Awesome. So where can people find you at, actually? like how do we get, like, actually legit plug the businesses, like, you know what I'm saying, so we can use this as a snippet too, you know what I'm saying, to promote.
Yeah, so mine is getjax.fitness, and that's my Instagram and TikTok.
And how do you
then
spell
on getjax, GetJaxed.fitness. And then my Facebook is Jackie Reese, like the candy.
Yes, it is. It is spelled the same way. It is. Yeah. The cool part about it is I met them on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just be seeing people do cool shit. I want to bring them in. You know what I'm saying? And promote and support. Even though, like, he tried to get me to join, but you can tell I haven't.
Hey, he sent me a message and was like, "Hey, what do you do?" So I sent him a video.
Don't make me cry.
I sent him a video.
Don't make my fan base cry.
About my story and my background and why I do what I do.
And I cried.
He did. And you know what? And that's the reason, because, my dad died when he was 56 years old. And when he passed away, he had a stroke in his brainstem. That's where all of your involuntary bodily functions are regulated. Your circulatory system, your respiratory system, among many others. But the doctors always told him that he needed to lose 20 to 30 pounds. And he was so busy between his government job during the day and he was an
Right.
entrepreneur at night. He owned a photography business. So he was busy just being busy, always saying that he didn't have time. He would do it tomorrow. And the thing was, I'll start eating better tomorrow. I'll start working out on Monday.
Right.
Tomorrow never happened. Monday never came.
Yeah.
My dad had a stroke, and we went to the emergency room to go see him. And when I went to the emergency room, he was on a ventilator tube, and like he couldn't talk. And because your motor skills are also in your brainstem, he could barely move. He was convulsing like this. And I could see the fear in his eyes, and he knew that it was the end.
Right.
And he somehow was able to take a pen and scribble a "do not resuscitate" order on a napkin because he didn't want to be attached to a ventilator or on machines just to allow him to breathe, because that wasn't living to him.
Right.
So 3 days later, we were getting ready to go back up to him because the doctors, they always try to tell you that, oh, it looks promising. He looks like he's getting better.
Right.
Now that I've looked back and saw that strokes in your brainstem is essentially a death sentence.
Right.
So we were thinking he was going to get better, but because the doctors are trying to use their bedside manner to make you feel better, that things are going to get better. No, that's not what happened. I got a phone call at 3:30 in the morning on the day that I was going back up there to see him, and it was my sister telling me that he had a second catastrophic stroke and he passed away. So I never actually got to say goodbye to my father, and I have regretted that since the day it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm named after him. I have the same name as him. So whenever I hear Clif, I think of my dad.
Right. And you know, one good thing that came is this fortitude to help other people not ever have to have that feeling in that way. You know what I mean? Like if you're healthy and you live and you pass, that's one thing. But for your son and your sons and daughters to be completely crushed because you didn't make the right choices with your health, I think what you're doing is a very, very commendable thing, brother, for real.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as much as I love and I miss my dad, there is a part of me that resents him for not doing what he knew that he was supposed to do.
Do you think you use that to drive
that because I want to... it's the kids that I want to help.
Right.
Because I was old enough to understand why he wasn't coming home.
Right.
I've got some friends of mine that I grew up with that they look 20 years older than I do because they don't take care of themselves.
Right.
They have little kids. What's going to happen if mom or dad doesn't come home?
Right.
Those little kids are not developed enough to understand why mom and dad isn't home.
Right.
All they're going to think is, well, they're not here. They must be mad at me. What did I do wrong? Now, my goal is to make sure that those kids never have to go through what my family went through.
Right.
To always have mom and dad come home to both mom and dad come home to them.
Healthy and happy.
Mm-hmm. So for me to help those children, I have to help mom and dad, because the whole purpose of my program is for that parent to become the one in their family that creates lasting generational health, a way of creating a new branch on your family tree of fit, happy, and healthy people.
Right.
Because if they keep going the way that they have been going, obesity doesn't run in your family.
Right.
What runs in your family are your patterns, your standards, and your bad habits that you pass down to the next generation, to the next generation. That's why childhood obesity is so bad, because the parents who are 30, 40, 50, who are in bad shape, they're passing down their eating habits to their kids who are 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they say, well, I have a picky eater. No, you gave your kids junk food that got their palate super sensitive to that, so when they have healthy food, it doesn't taste good to them. So all they want is this processed food, sugar, salt, and fat, that is what they call the bliss ratio, that chemically addicts you to junk food. So it's all about making sure that you're eating healthy and you're passing on the right nutritional habits to your kids. Because every parent tells their kid, you can be anything you want when you grow up.
Right.
But if you're not being all that you can be, and you're not leading from the front, your kids are going to follow your actions, because your actions speak louder than your words, and little eyes are always watching.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So you, Jackie, you mentioned something about anxiety earlier. So like, is mental health something that you've had to deal with, and now that you've gotten to a point where you found something that actually works for you to be able to compartmentalize everything, what type of issues did you have before that, though?
Yeah, really good question. So before I was suffering with anxiety, which I still deal with, but now I try to do it holistically. So originally, like 5 years ago, when I went to the doctor, they give you medicine. You know, they're just so quick to give you medicine. Here you go.
Wait.
They cannot wait.
They can't wait.
They must get like commission, something.
No, they get a whole lot. They get a lot.
So then,
no joke.
within that,
we don't like you.
So within that month, I put on about 25 pounds, like 1 to 2 months, quick.
Yeah.
And like at this point, I was just finishing like doing bikini prep. I was looking good, and then boom, it was like night and day. And I was like, all right, well, there goes the bikini prep. That's over. And so from there, like, I really understood both sides of the journey. Now I work with women. When they explain that side of the journey, I'm like, I get it. I was there, you know, and I can actually relate. But just going back to, like, the anxiety question, I mean, I think, like, especially this time of the year, with the world that we're in right now, I think a lot of people suffer, and a lot of people suffer in silence.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. And you don't have to medicate. Like, I think that, you know, there's other holistic ways to find relief for that stress, you know? Like the spiritual side of things, like we were talking about, like yoga, meditation, those little things can change your life, in my personal opinion.
Most definitely.
You know,
They
so
really can.
I think that, and, you know, then it trickles into, like, when you're feeling stressed, you start binge eating and all of these other things that happen. So I just think that, you know, finding that release is really going to help you overall live a healthier life.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So, we were talking before we came on here.
Oh no.
And, first, let's go. I want to. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go. How did you guys meet?
Oh boy. Do you want me to answer first or him?
Both you guys are talking at the same time. Y'all are crazy.
Y'all are
Y'all are fit. You can do what you want when you're fit. You can do what you want when you're fit. I'm breaking the fourth wall. They're gonna talk at the same time. Put one ear on one person. I'm just kidding. Nah, it
So
doesn't matter.
I have a really cute romantic story, and his story is like not as cute and romantic. Mine's like The Notebook, and
Okay,
his
that's
is,
fair.
I'm just kidding. So we're both really into like self-education and really like learning about, you know, our mind and all of us kind of stuff, and also like building our business. So I don't know if you're familiar with Tony Robbins.
No.
Definitely check him out. He's amazing. So we've both done like some of his courses and stuff like that. So we were both in this group, in this Facebook group, just how like we met you. And so we were both in the group. And then I saw, like, he had reached out to me and added me as a friend, but I saw that he was also in that group. So I was like, oh, okay. So I think that, you know, since we were both in this group, that's how we met. And it sounds like amazing, because it's like, that's how we met. But then he has a whole different story.
So
she gonna cry in the car.
she's not gonna cry in the car, because I tell this story all the time, and she's like, ugh. But you know, it's how it went down. I was on Facebook one day, and I was looking to connect with other people, you know, just to build business like you do.
Right.
And they're like, "Do you know this person?" I was like, "Damn, she's hot." No, but I will.
And that right there is the difference. The fundamental difference between men and women. Right there. Right there. It all starts right there. She's running through a meadow with rose petals flying around, sun beaming down. There's this little pathway that somehow just got bush hogged out. It's just perfect. And he's like, click, I likes you and I want you. That's the difference between, that's it right there.
And then we both happened to be in the Tony Robbins group. Had I not originally sent the friend request, I would have been one of 70,000 people in the Facebook group. But because I sent the friend request, because I wanted to meet her, I sent the friend request. And because we were in the Facebook group, when I commented on some things, she saw it because we were friends.
Right.
So it was in her news feed or whatever. I guess that's what they call it these days. And so she noticed it. And then I was go to her page and like photos and stuff and and like just make little comments under the photos.
You know what sucks?
Nothing bad.
No, but you know what sucks? If she wasn't interested, all of a sudden you're harassing and stalking.
No.
No. If she wasn't interested.
No, but I didn't do it in such a way that it was like I'm gonna go down and like every single picture from here all the way back to 2020.
No. What I'm saying is, if a female is not interested in you, you can like one picture, and the difference between interest and stalking or harassment is whether she likes you or not. That's it.
Pretty much.
That's it. It's just a fact. It's fucked up, but it's just the way that it is.
It's a good thing I'm good looking.
If you're ugly, you can click once. You can click once. Get that ugly. Leave me alone. No. Look good, though. He's interested. You know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy, man.
Well,
it's crazy.
And then one day
I'm the fat ugly guy. Trust me.
She made a post about helping her business online. I was like, oh, I can help you with that.
Oh yeah, dove right in. And they dove right in and they left since. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, you left the door open and I walked right through.
The key to all of this is though she did it on purpose. She had already stalked your page by that point.
That's right.
She had already stalked your page.
Yeah.
Because she knew what you were doing.
Exactly.
Oh, he got his own business. Oh, I need help doing a business. I see his shit. He see mine. I know he's sitting. He gonna dive right in. Yep, got his ass. Ooh, whoop de woo. She got you. She got you. So what would you say to people who are like, okay, so like you know we got a lot of different portions of society, right? You got people who like to go to bars, drink all the fucking time, or do drugs or whatever it is, you know, everybody has their vices. How would you bring one of those people on board to being able to get fit and get their mind right, get their mind, body, and soul right? You know what I'm saying?
I think it starts with the mind, right? So for me, like I've been sober a little over a year. It was a year in August. I quit drinking. Like once I got into all of this thing, not so much the fitness side. Yeah. Not so much just like the fitness side, but more the spiritual side, the mindset side. Right. And then I was like, and he'll get into this too. Like, well, I'm numbing things. Like, I'm numbing things. What am I numbing? And I looked deeper into that, worked on healing spiritually. And as I did that, I didn't need it anymore. Like, and now I feel better. Like, all of it. So, I mean, I think it's a process. I think you must start with the mind, conquer that, and then you can do anything you want to. That would be my advice.
I'm a recovered alcoholic. I was a rowdy fucking drunk.
And when's the last time you had a drink?
St. Patrick's Day will be 9 years. But before
feels weird being the only person clapping, but I'm still gonna clap. That's much respect. Much respect. Nah, seriously though, that's not easy, man. That's not easy. You know, a lot of people try to quit a lot of different things and they can't do it. You know what I mean? So anyone who does it, I commend them for that.
I started drinking in high school because my parents were getting divorced, and it just snowballed from there. Turned 21 and I started bartending. That's like giving a pyromaniac a lighter in a fireworks warehouse. Yeah. It's just not a good idea. Yeah, so I ended up getting 4 DUIs from 21 to 29.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I told you, I was a mess. I lost my license for 10 years.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I spent over $100,000 on court fines, on lawyers, on cabs, and everything else that I did. This was way before Uber. So it was a very, very expensive lesson to learn. And, you know, I fell on my face for 15 years before I was able to sober up. Even after I had my final DUI, I spent 90 days in jail, and I actually went to the work release program. I had a really good lawyer. He cost me a lot of money. And my lawyer, his fraternity brother, was the prosecuting attorney in the Loudoun County where I was going to court at. So the night that the officer arrested me, told me I was going to prison, not jail, prison for a minimum of 3 years. Somehow the stars aligned and I got bailed out by my roommate. Right. And then somehow my attorney's fraternity brother was the prosecuting attorney, and he was able to negotiate my sentence all the way down to 90 days of work release.
That's a blessing, though. And it's dope that you took that blessing and really ran with it and really completely changed your life around.
The craziest part is I was asked to come back to the jail and talk to all of the inmates about if you really want to make a change in your life, you can. You can become a positive member of society if you want to. You don't have to be a statistic and stuck in the system.
Right.
That's a decision that you have made.
Right.
That's a story that you have told yourself so many times that you believe your own bullshit.
Right.
Clean your life up. It's possible. I've done it. And when I came and I talked to them, they told me that I was the most well-received speaker that anyone's had, because when I came in, I sat down and like they were being real loud, and then they quieted them down, and I pointed to one of the cells up there, and I was like, that was where I sat, where I slept, in that bunk up there, and it got quiet. And they're like,
because you can relate the relatability.
Because instead of me coming in and talking down to them like everyone else does,
talking like you was one
I
of them.
was talking to them because I was where they were. So they understood that I knew what it was like.
Right. Yeah, that definitely helps in all aspects of life when someone can relate to what it is that you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the goal for you guys? Like, because how I've been introduced, I'm like, yo, this is a fitness power couple and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's the goal though? Like, what's the goal at the end of the day? Like, y'all gonna combine these companies or not? That's what I want to know.
Well, you got to look at it this
Jack's Unlimited.
Jack's Unlimited.
That shit's dope. You like that shit. She likes it. I'm telling you, that's the dope name. Because it's like you got the masculine and the feminine, and you got the spirituality, you got all these different things coming together, and it just seems like God brought y'all together to do something special in that department.
Now, see, that sounds like The Notebook.
Yeah, exactly right.
Somebody's been watching those Hallmark Christmas specials.
People just be leaving it on.
People meaning you.
People be leaving it on in the lobby, man.
Right. No, as far as that goes, the future's. Who knows what's going to happen in the future?
Now, do I get to sing at the wedding?
As of right now, for the companies, the way that we do things is very similar, but there's also a lot of things that are different.
Right.
So what we don't want to do is have me come in and explain how I do my program, and then have her come behind me and explain how she does her program, or the vice versa, and we start confusing the people that we're working with.
Well, yeah, but I think when two people love each other,
I had this talk with my dad when I was 14.
I'm saying like if you market the birds and the bees. I'm saying like, you know, like if you market together, it's funny. It took me for a second.
The light turned on.
But if you
It's
market,
a little dim, but it turned on.
It's real dim, bro. I'm telling you, there's so much haze on that light bulb right there. No, like if you market to couples though, like, man, you really have something special, because there's so many out of shape couples. I'm not even trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? You could really, and like they will be able to use each other for motivation. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, you might not necessarily have to combine the companies. Like have your company, work on, but like it's a really good idea to bring couples up, because they'll be able to motivate each other.
Well, we've already started doing that. We have we bought. Oh, here we go. We bought into a vacation package down in the Caribbean, Mexico, and so what we're going to be doing is destination events. So it'll be my clients, it'll be her clients, or we could decide to like bring them together and like market this to couples. But it would be like a destination. You know what? Learn how to lose weight. Get away from the kids for a weekend. Have your parents watch them and come to Cabo San Lucas, or come down to Jamaica, wherever we're having the excursion at, and then you get to have a weekend away.
Like a couple's
you get to
fitness
learn
retreat.
how to eat properly. You get to learn how to track what you're eating, how to work out properly, how to meditate, how to do yoga, things like that. And then from there, then if we decide to, she has her company, I have my company, we form another one for the couples that we can do. So that would be a different income
Jack's
stream.
Unlimited.
You like that, don't you? Do you like it though?
Like it.
It's dope.
I like it a lot.
It's
I don't know how he likes
Of
it.
course she likes it. Her name is first.
But it's all right. So now we're about to close this episode out. What I want both of these guys to do is break the fourth wall. You know what I'm saying? And if one of my viewers were to say, hey, I'm really, really interested in getting with their program and seeing what they do, how would you describe like your best program
Yeah.
for them?
Yeah. So my signature program is called Become Her, which means becoming healthy in mind, body, and soul, becoming empowered and respectful to yourself. So for me, like, it's really about learning how to nourish your mind, your body, your soul through like nutrition and all of the things. Really learning how to work out to love your body. And then also incorporating the self-love, the spirituality all into it. And then, like I've been saying the whole episode, the mind.
We gotta do that again.
No.
Yes, because she kept looking away. So, and same thing for you, Cliff. How would you describe like the main components of the program and what it really means to you? If one of my viewers wanted to be like, yo, like the host might not get fit, dog, but I will. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you say? What would you say? How would you say it to them?
All right, so my flagship program is called Limitless Legacy Wellness. I create a culture of generational health for you and your loved ones. So what that means is, if it's a play on words about generational wealth, so you know what that means. One person in your family decided that they were going to be the one that changes your financial future for generations to come. So for me, when I say generational health, I'm talking about that one person in your family, you who is watching this right now, who decides to become the one that changes how your family looks at health, fitness, and nutrition. And what you do is you create a new branch on your family tree of happy, healthy, fit people. And like I said earlier, my company is called Limitless Unlock Your Potential. So what I do is I have 5 keys that I use that unlocks your potential. The first key is all about your health, your wellness, your overall wellness. So it's all about, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Are you rested? Did you get enough sleep last night? When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Right. Are you eating properly? Are you working out properly? The second key is about your mental performance. So it's all about everything starts and stops in your mind. So do you have a plan? Do you know what's holding you back? You keep saying, I want to get in shape, but you never do it, or you try all of these different things, and now you haven't been able to reach your goal. So a lot of that deals with the fact that, you've tried multiple things previously in the past, and it's not that you know what to do and you're not doing it, it's you don't believe in yourself anymore. It's the fact that you have said you're going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you hit snooze. You're going to eat healthy, you go to the drive-thru. You're going to go to the gym, you sit on the couch. So it's not so much you don't know what to do, it's the fact that you don't believe your own stories that you're telling yourself, so you have a failure to launch, so you never get started. The third key is all about your relationships. So it starts off with the relationship that you have with yourself. Do you like yourself? Do you care about yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Now, what that does is the way you treat yourself is the way that you teach other people how to interact with you. Right. So we have to get you loving yourself. And then when you care more about yourself, when you fill up your own cup, now you're able to be more like loving and welcoming to your significant other, your kids, your
cane corsos.
Your cane corsos, your kids, your co-workers, your employees, all the people that are close to you. Then the fourth key is all about sedation. So what are you doing what are you running away from? For me, I was drinking, and I was trying to drown my problems, and I just drowned my life. Right. Everyone has something in their life that they're running away from. Could be binge eating, could be alcohol, could be sex, could be drugs, could be pornography, it could be anything. It could be scrolling social media. Everyone has a sedation method.
This is true.
And then the fifth key is all about helping you to explode your business. So it's all about a complete life transformation.
So, much respect. Much respect. All right. So we're going to close this episode out with, if you live with love, you always win, even when it feels like you ain't. Peace and love, y'all. Thank y'all for coming on. It's been awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Most definitely.
Thank you so much for having us.
No doubt, no doubt. Can I sing a duet?
Yes.
Go ahead and sing.
If I ever leave you, baby, you can say I told you so.
That's not a wedding song.
Yes, it is.
If I ever leave you, you can say I told you so?
And if I ever hurt you, you know I hurt myself as well. Is that any way for a man to carry on?
Oh, my bad.
That's Donny Hathaway. Said I love you more than you'll ever know.